Oh my God. What?
I brought my volleyball. I'm gonna run up to my room quick. I've got my
Sounds good. I'll probably try to go like 7 for the round.
Ben Hogan, up the rack, man, it's over. Go to the Facebook page. That's the agenda. I think it has more messages. Last night, what's up? God, you guys know me, man. You guys just didn't what I see. Well, it's nice to get a quality, but this is no, he's not. Yeah, looks like coming back from getting the robot. Yeah. I go, where did he come from? I don't know. How come you guys are doing it? Because I don't know. High school juniors and college. I told him, trust me, playing. Oh my God, he started doing it. I go. WI. He's jumping in. I go. I go, I'll take it. I go, and he goes, and then your brother goes, okay. Great dog.
I'll watch for it.
Oh, we're live.
Tailgating before the big game? Planning an unforgettable wedding or graduation? Or is it time for your annual office event? At Rentals for You, Mitchell's family-owned rental shop, will have you ready for any occasion. Our fill and chill tables keep the party cool, and our extensive stock of tables and chairs gives everyone a place to gather. Tablecloths, coolers, and enclosed trailer. You can quickly and easily rent them all on our convenient website, rentalsforusd.com. Contact Rentals for You for your next event.
Welcome to Mitchell Telecom's coverage tonight of Sweet 16 volleyball. In Double A, the number 8 seed Mitchell Kernels with the visiting number 9 seed, the Spearfish Spartans. I'm John Mueller along with Leslie Rylance. Leslie, we're going to do this one last time.
Yes.
That was the goal of the girls. Kind of a fun goal to shoot for to host that Sweet 16. Now we have to go back, I think, to 2000. Is it 16 or 17? 2018 since we've hosted. 2021 since we've been in a Sweet 16 game. So Good way to break in the new gym this year, hosting for the first time since 2018. Spearfish drives all the way across the state today, about as far as you can get. I guess going to Sioux Falls would have been farther for them, but a long trip they've come, but they've come into the Mitchell High Auxiliary Gym ready to go. 8-9. Played them earlier in the season out at Spearfish, beat them 3-0. I started to look, I like to do that, who we played, who they played comparison, but you know what? I decided it's postseason play. It probably doesn't matter a whole lot of any of that. So what do you think tonight's matchup? What do you got for us tonight, Leslie?
Well, I know that the Kernels, are very excited to host the game, and they've met their first goal of the season, which was to host the SoDak 16 game, and now their next goal is to make it to state, because it's been since 2018 since the Kernels have made an appearance at the state tournament. So they've got their eyes on the monument in Rapid, hoping for a trip west next weekend. I'm sure Spearfish feels the exact same way. I spoke with a couple of the players today, and they said, they played them tough. They did a nice job blocking them when they were out in Spearfish. But the Spearfish team plays really good defense. They scramble well, so they're going to have to give it their all today to get a win.
Yeah, head coach Shelby Richards for the Spearfish Spartans. A little bit about them. They come in leading kills per set. Adeline Bauman, the senior, 3.3 kills per set. 308 kills on the season, swings .213 percentage. Then also look for Julia Billington. She's 2.8 kills per set, so right there, 3.3, 2.8. She's a sophomore, Billington. So she has 252 kills on the season, and probably their best hitter overall, 279. Pretty good clip in high school, a pretty good clip anytime, 279. So look for those two kind of to be in there. Caitlin Wheaton, the senior, she comes in with 1.9 kills per contest as well. So their back row, Faith Hoffman, 3.7 digs per set, kind of their leader in the back row. Like the girls were talking about, they do a good job of scrambling. I tried to do a little bit of scouting when they played, found that game and looked at it, and we just played really well. I think we're a different team than we were, but I think October 3rd was the game, so I was a whole year younger back then. But it's going to be a good matchup tonight. I don't let that 3-0 straight sweep kind of fool you. This is a good team. They're number 9 seed for a reason coming in here.
Spearfish has really had a good crop of students coming through, both on the girls' side of athletics and the boys' side of athletics for the last couple of years. Personally, I've been watching them and following them a little bit for a selfish reason. One of my former teammates at the School of Mines volleyball program, her daughter's on the team, Addie Bowman. And so she's got 3 daughters, and she's sitting right behind me. So I need to make sure that I pronounce it well, and I give Spearfish their props. But they are a good team. Like I said, they play good defense. They know the sport, and they've had some success the last couple of years as well.
For Mitchell, Audrey Miller, the do-it-all senior, 2.6 kills per game. Addie Seamson, the setter, 2.2 kills per game. Nia Talley, the 8th grader, 2 kills a set. So kind of know about Mitchell. We'll kind of give you their stats as we go. Looks like starting lineup's just about to start here. Coach Deb Thill in her 35th season, the only ever coach for Mitchell Kernels Volleyball, so kind of a neat thing. So we will take you courtside right now for starting lineups of the national anthem and be back live for set number 1.
Privilege that invented good sportsmanship. Enjoy the match and support good sportsmanship. And now let's meet tonight's starters. Starting for Spearfish. And center, shooting 5-7-0-4, Kelly Holden. We've been successful seeing 5-5, number 11. Shooting 5-10, 12, shooting 5-9, 13, Eliana Skowski. Number 1, Eddie Hoffman. She's coached by Cheyenne Tech, Chrissy Texas, and coach Shelby. At this time, that's the biggest part of it. Sometimes, this goes out there and let Johnson. Operates is to face the heart. Remove your back of that and stand your attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty folks are not leaving part may also salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the desert light what so proudly we hailed and told us singing, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, mercy gallantly streaming, and I've been lovers singing, came through the night, that was still there. Oh, say does that horse can or the land of
All right. Getting things started here. Set number one, Kernels, Spartans, Sweet 16, 8 versus 9. Good student section, good crowd. Did everybody plan a blackout? There's a blackout over there.
That was planned. Yeah,
that was a planned blackout.
That wasn't just an accident, but that was planned. And it's great to see all the students out there.
We got a planned blackout. Good things happen when you plan blackouts. All right, first set underway. John Mueller, Leslie Rylance here to take you. Hoping for a Kernel victory. Glad to have you aboard here. Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports, also on the YouTube Mitchell Kernels official YouTube page for all of your Kernel activities and athletics. Just about set. Set number one starting out for the Kernels tonight. Hayek, Talley, Miller, Weedy, Hetland, Seamson. Serve receive, it'll be Talley, Hayek, and our libero, Kenneth front row, Audrey Miller, the setter, Seamson, and Hetland. Set receive, serve receive a little bit back and put him out of play. Miller will just have to tip that one over. First swing, roll shot. Good job by Solik, couldn't play it off the net. Point, Spartans.
You know, usually a team starts with their strongest server, and Spearfish server did a great job, but Kernels are really going to have to push that ball up to the net to try to get a little bit more going than serve receive.
Good job there. That time's better. Good chance for Hetland from the outside. Dug up. Going to be a back row attack. Swing from the back. Dug out. Swing and long. Point Kernels. Just out. Inches, but Wheaton hit it long.
Yeah, I think the Kernels back row even kind of got a smile on that one. So far, we've seen Spearfish attack from the back row a couple times. I heard in our pregame talk with some of the players that they like to do that.
Tough serve by Solik. And we're going to get over the net.
He's going to call the setter on a back row
attack.
Yep, setter's coming out of the back row here, number 4, Reiners, and so she just made a play that he saw as an attempt to take it over the net.
Swing from the right side. Dug out by the Kernels. Miller's going to get her first good swing. Dug out. There's our first look. Nia Talley. First look at Bauman. Dug out. There's Miller off hands. Good scramble. And that one's tipped way out. Point Kernels. Good scrambles by both teams there.
Yeah, that's a fun rally. I think we're in for a good night of volleyball.
3-1, favor the Kernels. Solik, see what she can do from the service line. Another hard, tough serve. They're going to get over to Wheaton. She swings. Talley couldn't quite come up with the dig. Into the student section. Point Spartans, 3-2.
Nice swing by Wheaton there from the outside. She's normally a middle hitter, and sometimes those middle hitters, they get to the outside and serve receive, and they can really let loose on the ball.
There's Bauman, great serve. Solik, even better dig. Miller, off hands, tipped up. A little bit of miscommunication. Going to be a tough angle. Couldn't get inside the antenna and over. Point Kernels. Good start here for the Kernels, I think, at the serve line right now. They're putting some pressure. Spartans are a little bit out of sync on serve receive right now.
Now, we talk all the time about how important it is for the Kernels to run something in serve receiving at a strong attack. Well, we're seeing Spearfish struggle with that right now.
Big swing, big block! Campbell! Beatty!
She walked away from that like it was just another day. That was a great block. Straight down, high hands, good play, Campbell.
Roof that one down. Have to say, swing back from about 10-foot line. Dug up, Solik, swing, Weedy. The seniors coming to play tonight. Big dig, big kill.
This is a great front row for the Kernels right now. They've got Miller, who just received all conference honors. Weedy, who's off to a hot start, and Charlie Collins, who's 6 foot over here on the right side.
Tip covered up by Miller. Good job covering that one up. Swing for Charlie Collins. That one's down. Oh, we got an early Charlie Collins down cross court. That's big for the Kernels right now if Collins and Weedy are going to take some swings like that. Good aggressive swings, both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
Seamson down the line. Weeden will take a swing. Talley played down on the back row. Here's Miller. Blocked down. Covered up by Talley. Free ball coming over. Great job scrambling. And we're going to get double contact on Collins.
You know, they've changed the rule with 2 contacts or double hit this year, but it is still considered a double hit, a legal double hit when the ball goes over the net.
Collins. Swing Campbell Weedy down the line and in. Oh, another big swing. Weedy's playing with some emotion tonight. Why wouldn't you? Senior, leave it all on the line, see what happens. 8-3.
Now, we talked early in the season about how Weedy suffered that knee injury last year, and what a great time it is to see her back on the court this year.
Corzan serving, and that's an ace. Cassidy Corzan. That's her 32nd ace of the season. One of our best servers, serves it at 93%. 9-3. Bauman plays that one nicely up to the front row. In system swing. Job there. Zandstrup. You can see what Spartans in system there. Got a really good swing at it. One of their few in system so far tonight.
Yeah, when they're playing strong and they get a good pass up to the net, they do have lots of options across the front row, but the Kernels have just been hitting it so hard. They've been running on all cylinders, makes it tough to send anything up.
Nia Talley, her first swing out of the front row. It'll count. Down, Nia Talley. Good swing from the 8th grader. It seems like the more she is away from the net, it's almost the stronger her play is. I always think it's so far away from the net, but she has such good jumping ability and kind of hangs in the air.
Yeah, sometimes a set too close to the net is actually detrimental to your swing. It's too close to the block. You can't turn it and angle it just as much as you'd like. And so for a player with Nia's athletic ability and strength for an 8th grader, for sure, she does a nice job of turning it around that block, and being off the net definitely helps.
10-5. Tough serve, Corzon. Seems to have to chase it down. Nia would just have to play it over. A little miscommunication. Well, we'll take the free ball point.
Yeah, Tally's smiling. She's worked a lot harder for a kill in her life, but they'll take it at this point.
Give her 2 kills. 11-5, favor the Kernels. London Hayek back to serve. Good serve handled by Hoffman. Bauman back in the front row, chips it over, roll shot. Something they said to look out for. I talked to a few of the girls this week. They say they're very, very good at just dropping that ball behind the blockers.
Yeah, well placed ball. That's a big block to hit over with Hetland and Collins right now. So good choice by the Spartans.
That'll be a service error against the Spartans. 12-6. Send Nia Talley out of the front row to the back row. I think head coach Shelby Richards thought about a timeout here, but I think it took so much time subbing in girls in and out, it was kind of a timeout for her. 12-6. Nia Talley, ace, Nia Talley down the line. 45 aces on the season. Now we'll get the timeout. Nia Talley, 45 aces on the season. Well, I don't think we could ask for a better start here, Leslie, right now.
Yeah, Kernels don't always get off to the best start, so it's nice to see them going in real aggressive this time. This is a big night. They've been waiting for it all season, and so it's nice to see them playing on top of their game.
Be 13-6 out of the timeout. Favor of the Kernels. You know, a little bit this, what does that do sitting on a bus for 5 hours? I know we've probably all been there in sports, but it's hard. That might be a little bit of a slow start. 5 hours of a long bus trip.
Yeah, you know, I coached in Rapid City for a while, and when you'd make those long road trips across the state, whether that's Sioux Falls or anywhere really, anytime you're crossing the Great Missouri, you've got to get up and move. You've got to kind of reset your mind, get yourself focused. It takes you out of sync as well. You know, our girls had a regular school day today. They were able to go home and have their little bit of time before they came back to the gym to prepare. So it's just another day of business for them. But that road trip does really affect your state of mind.
13-6, the 8 versus 9 seed. See if we get you some points. If we have time between sets, we'll try to get you some scores. This matchup goes right versus Harrisburg and Sturgis. They start at 6 o'clock tonight. So that's what winner will play the winner of Harrisburg, Sturgis Brown. That's the 1 versus 16. Don't want to assume anything. Sturgis, 9 wins on the season. Here, Nia Talley to serve. 13-6. Hayek, Solik joins her on the back row. Seamson, Hetland. Audrey Mill in the front row. Good pass off a tough serve. Swing Bauman out of the middle, handled by Solik. Perfect pass. Looking for the donut. And she finds it. Addie Seamson. You know, we can't talk about Addie enough. All she does. Second on the team. Kills. 170 kills. 296 hit percentage. And that's service error. Nia Talley, 14-7.
Seamson really does it all for the Kernels. She's not just the emotional leader, the captain of the team, but statistically she leads in just about every category, or she's pushing the numbers where she can.
Hayek handles. Tough serve. Miller going cross court and in. That was in. Had to be in. Oh, no, I think he didn't get a look at it. It was close.
I'm with Coach Thill over here. I think there was maybe a touch on it.
Oh, she was looking for the touch more than anything?
Yeah, more of a touch on it. But sometimes when that ball's flying right at you, you're doing all you can to get out of the way. And so
Seamson tries it again.
Kernels left no doubt on that one, right to the center of the floor.
15-8.
It's been a big week for setter Addie Seamson. Yesterday was the National Signing Day, and she signed her letter of intent to play basketball at Augustana in Sioux Falls next year.
SoDak, no knuckling serve, no spin on that one. Big swing and a big block. Addie Seamson just shows you her versatility. That'll force Spearfish to use their second timeout. Trailing 16-8. Well, can we throw the first one out for the night, Leslie?
It's time to do some math.
9 before 17. That was a hard one to do. We'll have to start on easier. Maybe some by fives next time we do that. Oh, good start.
Yeah, great start for the Kernels. They've done a really nice job of mixing up and spreading around their offense. Right now, Seamson's got 2 kills, Talley with 2 kills, Weedy with 2 kills, Miller with 1 kill. When the Kernels are able to do that and spread the ball around, good things usually happen for them.
16-8 out of the timeout. Set number 1 if you're just joining us. Early start tonight, 6 o'clock start. John Mueller, Leslie Rylance. Glad to have you aboard here at Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports, also on the official Kernel YouTube channel. Proud to partner with Mitchell School District this year for all athletics. 16-8, Kenna Solik. Serve handled by Bauman. She'll get it back. Kill attempt. Seamson with the up. Miller with the swing. Partially tipped, blocked. There's Bauman with the tip. Seamson over to Weedy. Scramble. That's going to be 4. Weedy, I think she's perfect. I think she's 3 for 3.
Yeah, she's off to a hot start, that's for sure. She's mixing it up a little bit. You've seen her with, following the setter, running some quicks. She'll run some slides later tonight.
Solik, another tough serve. 7 in the middle. Tooled off the block and out. That was the Zadowski.
Yeah, nice hit by Spearfish there. The Kernel blocker was just a little delayed, a little off the net, and she took full advantage and sent it out into the crowd.
Bauman now will check out of the front row to the back. She goes by Addie. Addie Bauman.
Addie Bowman.
Bowman. Another swing. Weedy, why don't we stay perfect on the night? 4 for 4. 4th kill of the set.
Addie's mom was a Spearfish Spartan back in the day and then went on to play volleyball at the School of Mines. And her dad was a great athlete as well. And so I've been following the Bowman girls for the last couple years.
Seamson. Tough serve. Seamson, all she could do, point in the net. Oh, back row attack. Don't think she was trying to hit that one over. She was trying to set it up, but just too close. 18-10.
When you see a setter get called for a back row attack like Addie just did, or earlier in the set the Spearfish setter did, they're not doing it on purpose. It's more of a save attempt.
There's a miss hit by Miller. Long error. Attacking error. 18-11. Don't want to let Spearfish back in this set here. Need a side out. Good tough serve, long. Oh, boy. Late decision on that one.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see the angle, but I was a little nervous for them.
It dropped. It looked really long and then started to drop. No spin on it. Big side out, 19-11. Corzan in to serve. You said one of the better servers, 93%. Big swing, and that's going to be 4 contacts. Our up official went to Dakota State with him.
Yes, yeah, he's been officiating for quite a while. Yeah.
Nick. I want to say a last name, but I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to say it.
I don't want to say it in case we have any questionable calls. I don't want to do that to him.
Good swing by Talley. Big dig. Back row attack. Charlie Collins. Boom. Big swing, Charlie Collins. Yeah, it's 2 big swings for Charlie Collins. You know, sometimes you can tell right away with her. Sometimes she's a little hesitant, but tonight she's going for it all. Like to see that. Hates to go to state. Leave it all out there. That one's going to be long. Miss hit. Spartans 22-11. 3 before 14. Spartans out of timeouts. Corzan. Little service run. Another good serve by Corzan. Good swing. Billington.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first times we've said her name, and she's one of the statistical leaders for Spearfish, so I'm sure they want to get her the ball a little bit more, but Spearfish hasn't quite been in system enough to pick and choose where they're setting the ball right now.
Yeah, Billington 2.8 kills per set, and that's really, like you said, one of her first swing attempts. Libero Hoffman back to serve, 22-12. Collins from the left side. Don't see that swing very often from Collins. Kind of moved her around. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we've seen her slide to the middle. Collins being a left-hander that, she plays on the right side. It's a nice natural slide for her to go the opposite direction into the middle. And so she's opening up her repertoire a little bit.
And that one's out. Corzan tracked that one all the way to the end line. Good decision by her. 24-12, set point number 1. Weedy back to serve. And how about that for Weedy? Finishing out with an ace. Stays perfect on the attack and then gets the big ace. That'll do it for set number 1, 25-12. Kernels take set number 1. We'll take a 60-second timeout and be back. You're watching Kernels Volleyball on Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
Think your Wi-Fi's fast? Think again. You can upgrade to our blazing Wi-Fi 6 router. No more buffering, no more waiting, just pure absolute speed. How much speed? Mitchell Telecom Wi-Fi 6 turns up the heat by tripling your speed up to 750 megabits per second. And more speed means more gadgets, more streaming, and more gaming. Level up with our latest Wi-Fi 6 router and squeeze out every ounce of speed. Mitchell Telecom is going triple speed. Race over to MitchellTelecom.com today and upgrade your home to Wi-Fi 6.
For it now that I'm getting a little more wiser.
Welcome back, Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports. John Mueller, Leslie Rylance here. Kernels take set number 1 over the Spearfish Spartans. Les, you got some score runs downs for us? Sweet 16 play?
Yeah, I definitely do. We've got Brandon Valley up 1-0 in sets over Rapid City Central. That game was in Brandon, started at 6 o'clock. Watertown and Huron are in a close one, still in set 1, 17-16. Sioux Falls, Washington won the first set over Aberdeen Central pretty handily, 21. Well, they're up 21-8. O'Gorman won the first set over Brookings, 25-11. Harrisburg over Sturgis, they went big, 25-5. Sioux Falls, Lincoln versus Yankton will be starting any minute now. And Rapid City Stevens versus Sioux Falls Jefferson isn't until a 6 o'clock start out west, so we've got a couple minutes for them. I think that's about the only game going on out west tonight in Mountain Standard Time.
And here, Kernels take it 25-12. A strong performance in set number 1 for your home team, Mitchell Kernels. Talking in the break, probably the best we've seen the Kernels play in they played well versus Brandon Valley and O'Gorman, but it's, a different level. But just the way they're coming out and attacking tonight, playing really well. And, if we get a little bit more from Weedy every match and every set and get a little bit more for Collins every match and every set, that bodes well for the Kernels and gives them just that other option.
Yeah, offensively, they've been really able to do whatever they want. They've got all 3 hitters moving in transition. When Simpson's in the front row, they've only got the 2 hitters, but she might as well be a hitter because she likes to do that, and she's one of the team leaders in kills. But it's nice to see them firing on all cylinders, and right now they're all smiles going into set 2.
Yeah, Hetland, who had been playing and getting a lot of kills out of the middle, kind of a quiet set, just didn't have to. Niatali, serve handled by Bowman. Audrey Miller gets swing. Little rally here, both teams. That's Wheaton finding a hole in the middle.
Yes, Spearfish is having a little bit trouble getting their outsides and their middles of the ball. That time they went to the backside, she had a nice swing cut shot right into the inside for a kill.
Spartans start out same way they did the first set, 1-0 lead, and that one's a little bit out. Bowman, right? I want to say Bauman, but Bowman.
Yep.
Bowman.
Yeah.
Addie Bowman.
She reminded me of that just before the game. I said, I know.
Floater serve, comes over, swing. Addie couldn't quite get to it. Had to try to go through Weedy. Little bit of kind of a miscommunication there by the Kernels, 2-1. Set number 2 just joining us. Kernels won 25-12. The first set, set number 2 here. Audrey Miller, pretty good swing from the 10-foot line. 3 will have to come over. SoDak, perfect pass, gives it into Weedy. Almost stays perfect. And help for the slide. Another big hit, another big dig by the Spartans. Whoever gets this point's going to earn it. Over to Miller. Miller off hands and down. Miller time. Big swing. Off the block and down.
That was a great offensive series by the Kernels. And, Spearfish had to dig them up. They had some tough defensive plays, sent back over some free balls, but the Kernels were able to run quicks in the middle, run a slide to the backside. Over there, they were running a fake or a tandem with the middle and the outside Miller, and she finally got the kill.
And Weedy did a lot of running that one. On that slide, I wasn't sure if she's going to have enough energy left, but she did a good job. Overpass. Point. Spartans. 3-2 Spartans. Early set number 2. Spartans doing such a better job right now with serve receive. No, it's early in this set, but tries the tip. Ready for it. Bowman gets the kill. No, that wasn't Bowman. That was Zandstrup. 4-2.
Well, like you said, the Spearfish team, they're getting a little bit better passing out of serve receive. You're seeing a little bit more offense as a result.
Tally. Weedy has to play it to the back row. Another good pass by Spartans. Up. And a kill. 5-2. Well, you knew the Spartans weren't just going to lay down here in set number 2. Good team like that, you knew they were going to come fighting back.
Now, like I said, the last couple of years, whether it's girls basketball or volleyball, they've had competitive programs, and I think when your program's competing, you get used to winning, and you're not going to give it up that easy.
Back row attack, big swing, Niatali. Bowman unable to handle that one. Tally now to the front row. Tally, Weedy, Collins. Corzon in for her first action of set number 2. Good tough serve. Roll shot over. Good adjustment. Great adjustment by the Kernels. Addie wanted to take a swing at that last one, but knew she was in the back row, so just had to tip it over. Scramble. Good tip over. Another scramble. Addie, great job. Another long rally, overpass. And yeah, I think Weedy probably should have taken that one. Then don't want your setter to hit one if you don't have to, or contact one.
Correct. Yeah, that's a tough way to lose that long rally. Both sides were hustling. Nice plays on both sides. And to go down on a free ball is just a tough way to go.
6-3. Good pass. Tally close to the net and tools it out of bounds. Good play there by Tally. That's really the only play she had that close to the net.
Yeah, we talked earlier about a tight set, and you can see that it really limited her, and very smart play by the 8th grader over there on the outside to use those hands because she wasn't going to go over them or through them.
Hoffman on the serve receive. Big block again. Charlie Collins. Bowman blocked. Point Kernels. Hoffman gonna get another swing. Dug out by Weedy. Tally swing and it's gonna go down through the block and down. Kill Nia Tally.
No, we talk all the time about how she's only an 8th grader. She's been starting and playing all the way around since 7th grade, and what court sense she has. But if you think about the future, all the records that she's going to break over the course of her career, that's going to be impressive.
Weedy comes flying over off the serve. Not sure if that would have been out, but it was going to be close enough. I think it was a smart play. Bowman off the block and out. Point Spearfish. Yeah, Weedy came flying way over from after she served that.
She wanted to keep serving.
She actually had a nice dig the point before after her serve, too. 6-7. Our first 6-7 of the night for all the middle schoolers. Pretty close to playing that one on the other side of the net. Hoffman, good scramble. Sends that one over and out. Horzan right on top of it. Yelling at her teammate, out, out, out.
Yeah, I think the Kernels were a little gun shy on that free ball after they lost the point a couple rallies ago, but both of them followed it to the line. They make a good call. London High trying to get in the game.
Yeah, too soon.
She's ready to go.
Who needs to check in, right?
Just a formality.
7-7, tied up here. Kernels fighting back. Set number 2. Tipped over. Seamson now in the front row. She can take that big swing. Kill Addie Seamson.
Seamson was able to make a pretty heads-up play there. She had Nia Tally running right into her knee pads there to make a defensive play and put that ball up. So there was a lot of chaos in the middle of the court, and she made a smart play, tipping it over, taking it herself.
8-7. Reiners over the net. That one goes. Seamson again. You know, we always say it's better when the center's in the back row because you have 3 attacks up front, but when your center's Addie Seamson, it might be better when she's in the front row.
That's true. And, you know, that pass set came from Kenna Solek as the libero. And she took on this libero role this year. She's been a setter in the past. And her ball control really pays off right there.
Bowman blocked. Pentlands, big block. 10-7. Yeah, it was a perfect bump. Perfect bump set up the seams, and you couldn't have put it on a tee any better. London Hayek picks on the libero. Hoffman, and we're going to get double contact. 11-7.
He's going to say that she didn't have an even contact when she pushed the ball over the net there.
5-0 run. It was 6-7. Now we're 11-7. Hayek doing a good job from the service line. That one goes through the fan blades. Barrow gets a back row attack. Tally down. Nia Tally. And that'll force a timeout after a 6-0 Kernel run. Set number 2 now leading 12-7. What changed there to get them back in the game and get rolling?
Well, I think they've been able to push Spearfish around a little bit defensively, make them scramble a little bit. They're not setting the ball up like they were early in the set, whether that's out of serve receive or defensively. You're seeing a lot of free balls coming from Spearfish. They're having to tip the ball quite a bit because they're just not quite in sync. Now, when they are in sync and they get a pass up to their setter, they do a lot of good things offensively. But right now, the Kernels are just able to dictate the pace of the game and keep them out of their system.
Spearfish used their first timeout of set number 2, leading 12-7. Not used to these early starts. These 6 o'clock starts are nice.
Yeah. We won't be turning into a pumpkin in set 5 here, hopefully.
They always schedule that varsity game for 6:30, but I don't know how many times this year we started at 6:30. I'm gonna safe to say none. Usually 6:45, 7. So if you're just joining us tonight, Kernels won set number 1, 25-12. They were trailing 6-7, now lead 12-7. Set number 2, John Mueller, Leslie Rylance. Free ball over. Back corner, Corzan. Tally's going to get another kill attempt. Handled by Spearfish off the second free ball of this rally. And Addie, right idea, just mishit it.
She was just a little too far off the net for quite the slam dunk she tried.
12-8, it was there, just had to put a little bit more air under that one. Solek. Tally now from the right side. Down. And he hit Tally. How many kills we got now for Nia?
Tally's leading the team with 7 kills.
7 kills for the 8th grader. 13-8. Tally came in with 152 kills on the season. Add to that total tonight. There's one of the first big swings with a kind of a clear shot. Blocker over there late. Bowman, big kill.
Bowman came on the right side there out of serve receive and didn't have much of a block up against her. She was able to split what was there and find the back corner of the court.
13-9. Now she'll go back. Serve. Tough serve. Hayek handles it close to the net. Set up. Hetland. That one's going to be over. Seamson. And that's going to be too many. One too many hits. Seamson's looking for that tonight. You can tell. Anytime it's above the net, she wants that kill. Good swing. Solid swing.
Now, some of the teams we see more regularly, they're kind of ready for Seamson's bag of tricks. Where Spearfish, we don't see them quite as regularly. They're not part of the ESD. We don't see them in any tournaments. You know, they might not know exactly what's coming, but and it makes it a lot harder to defend.
Kenneth Solik with the ace. 40 aces on the season coming into the match. 15-9. Push it cross court. Wheaton. That one goes down. 15-10.
She's got such a nice high point of contact. I don't know what her height is here on the chart, 6 foot, 6'1", but she's got a nice high arm swing. And you know, all season long, I've thought, wow, we've really got some height there in the middle with Weedy and then Seamson blocking, but Spearfish hit her way up above that.
Yeah, the block was in place. That one falls in. Seamson saw it. Saw that little soft spot. Spearfish defense, 16-10. Seamson now moves the back row. Serves. Wheaton. Good swing for Wheaton. A little bit off the net, but still gets a good, like you said, high swing. That ball is coming down.
Yeah, she did a nice job squaring up to the net. Sometimes when your setter's moving around, you're facing your setter and you're not squared up with the net, but she did a nice job getting her shoulders turned and hitting it off the block.
16-11. Behind her net to Miller. That one's blocked. I believe that was the sophomore Billington. 16-12. Kernels need a side out. Hoffman back to serve. Serves at 98% on the season. Miller blocked. Gets it up though. And Addie tries to find that donut spot. Tally handles that one. Up to Addie. Cross court. Miller down. Miller time with the big swing. Actually, not a big swing, an off balance.
Yeah.
Kind of, I'm almost landed swing.
Yeah,
but just her hang time that she had.
Yeah, she went coast to coast. She hit on the right side out of serve receive, made it across, and then for the next play got the kill on the outside.
Goes on. Swing out of the middle. Zandstrup.
Nice play by Zantra. You know, she followed her setter. Wasn't exactly a perfect pass, but she followed and tracked her setter in the ball, and then was able to go just off the outside hands of the hitter there, get a kill. Those balls are really tough to play when they're hit off elbows like that.
17-13. SoDak out of the back row and serve receive. Weedy got a lot behind that one, but Spearfish able to play it. Out of system. Seamson two hands it over. Block. That was a block that kind of hit maybe like your forearm, then somehow climbed back up over the net.
Yeah, I think that was a definition of a double block. A slow bounce off Tally, a slow bounce off Weedy, and back over to the Spearfish side.
Is that one of those block kills we talk about? Kill blocks? Block kills?
Yeah.
18-13. Swing out of the back throw. Corzon again had one of those 50-50 ones and picks right again. 19-13. 6 before 12.
Cassidy is such a meticulous student. She's such a tremendous student. It doesn't surprise me that she follows that ball directly to the line and knows exactly if it's in or out.
Free ball. Corzon. Hetland out of the middle. Kill for Hetland.
That's Hetland's first kill tonight. We've been a little quiet with her name, but I think part of the reason for that is Weedy's on fire tonight. And when Weedy's in the front row, Hetland's out. And so they both can't really be on the court at the same time.
Lollipop rollover shot. Collins takes one of her cross court. Cross court winner. Kill Collins. Oh, she might have hurt herself.
Yep, she went down a little hard, slipped under the net, so they'll take a quick timeout here to evaluate the situation.
Looking at her knee. She's grabbing her knee. Getting help off the court right now. Put a little weight on it. I didn't quite see it. You said she kind of landed awkward underneath the net?
Yeah, slipped out on her. Looks like Ivory Fensky is going to get the call here. Fensky's a 5'9" junior.
Hopefully we'll see Collins back in. Kernels 21. Spartans 13. Weedy back to serve. Weedy, a great job again after that, playing the back row, and she's back serving. 21-13. And into the net. Point Kernels, 22-13.
Weedy's just all over the court tonight. She's got an ace. She's got a couple blocks. She's got four kills. She's got 3 digs. It's nice to see a senior come alive on playoff night.
22-13. And scramble. Great job, Kernels. Brought their defense tonight. And they had to work for it. That one finally falls. Spot. Swing for Addie Bowman.
That's another example there when you're constantly playing defense, like the Kernels had to scramble, send it back over. Spearfish can hit the ball and do what they want offensively.
22-14. Corzon. Seamson over to Tally. Off blocker. Roll shot. Seamson ready for that one. Great scramble by the senior. And then tries to tip it over. The setter, Reiners, tried to tip it over, but Hetland there, ready for it. That's just staying ready, right? That's just being into the game, into the moment there, getting that block.
Yeah, following with the pace of the game. Sometimes, you get caught up in the pattern of pass, set, hit, but Kenzie Hetland did a nice job of tracking the ball, staying with the setter, knowing she was in the front row and could make that play.
Ivory Fensky will check out. Great job by her filling in for Collins. Swing. That was a little bit of self-preservation there by London Hayek. Just got her hands up in time. That was a heat sinker right there.
Yeah, that was a great line shot by Bowman. She had a little heat on that.
23-15. Their server, Reiners, will move to the back row and just hits the tape and down. 24-15, set point number 2. Or set point number 1 in set number 2. 24-15. Tally. Reiners tracks that one down. Gives Wheaton a big swing, but long. No tip. Point Kernels. They take set number 2. 25-15. Take a 2-0 lead here in the Sweet 16, 8 versus 9. We'll take a 60-second break. Be back after this. You're watching Kernel Volleyball on Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
Think your Wi-Fi's fast? Think again. You can upgrade to our blazing Wi-Fi 6 router. No more buffering, no more waiting, just pure absolute speed. How much speed? Mitchell Telecom Wi-Fi 6 turns up the heat by tripling your speed up to 750 megabits per second. And more speed means more gadgets, more streaming, and more gaming. Level up with our latest Wi-Fi 6 router and squeeze out every ounce of speed. Mitchell Telecom is going triple speed. Race over to MitchellTelecom.com today and upgrade your home to Wi-Fi 6.
Welcome back, Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports. Coverage of Sweet 16 AA volleyball. Mitchell Kernels lead Spearfish Spartans 2-0. John Mueller, Leslie Rylance. Glad to have you aboard here. If you're just joining us, Kernels took set number 1, 25-12. Set number 2, 25-15. Started out set number 3. I'm kind of looking down the bench. Don't see Charlie Collins back there, left with an injury, so we'll have to kind of watch that. You know, it's next one up, next girl up, right? If you're Ivory Fensky, you got to come in here, be ready to play.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of varsity time this year. Not necessarily here at home, but she has gotten a little bit on road trips. I know she's played some middle and different positions, so I feel confident she'll fill in there. The girls will take care of her. She'll be just fine.
A lot of good, valuable JV experience for Fensky this year, and that's what you like to see in a program. A lot of these girls that play varsity don't play the full rotations. London Hayek's out there, as only a sophomore getting JV time, the setter on JV. So Fensky, she'll be ready for the moment.
Yeah, and this, like you mentioned, London Hayek being the setter on the JV team, this is a great way for her to play a little varsity time. And get used to just the pace and the speed, because the difference there between JV and varsity might not look like it a lot at home, but at courtside you can really tell it's just such a quicker game.
Free ball over. We're going to get double contact again. So if they're calling those double contacts really close, you just start bumping those over on those free balls instead of doing that?
No. I'd say just make sure you're confident, your hands are placed. You just be confident and try again.
Kill, Kernels, need a tally, and they are tight when he's calling those double contacts.
Yep, there's been a couple of them on both sides of the net, and the ball might come out with a little bit of a spin to indicate that maybe the hands weren't quite even.
1-1 early on set number 3. Solik. Swing. That was tipped out of bounds. That was the first thing for Keller, the junior. 54 kills on the season. I think it's kind of her first action. I don't know if we saw her first 2 sets, but they go to her right out of the gate. Set number 2, set number 3, she gets the kill. Addie Bowman on the serve. Roll shot, Weedy. Roll shot again. Tally. Miller will roll that one over. Another tip shot. Addie seems to say, whoa, I thought that might have been down.
I think Deb Thill agrees with you.
Yeah, I think Deb Thill absolutely agrees. I thought we had a pretty good view of it, but no such luck. We're just going to have a big thing that Addie's not going to tip it. She's going to kill it. Back row attack. Nia Tally. Roll shot. That's not going to go far enough. 3-2. Move Addie to the back row. Seamson serving 93% on the season. 46 aces coming into this match. Well, let's give her another one. That's the reverse announcer's jinx.
I like it when it works that way.
Yes. We can't get blamed for anything that way.
Simpson's leading the team this year in aces. She came into the game with 328, so now we can tally her up to 329.
Wheaton's will swing. Good job, Fensky, getting that one up. That one's going to work. A little bit of overpass, though. All really Audrey could do on that one is get it just over the net from the angle she played at. She knew she was going to have to try to block it right away as soon as she hit it, but good job by Spearfish getting it through the block.
Yeah, Kernels did a nice job of digging that block up and doing something with it, just not quite enough.
Fensky, who got the initial block. Miller. And then we're in a net violation. Point Kernels. 4-4.
Kernels had to do a little adjusting in serve receive that time. They swung their serve receive around, but brought Miller back, pushing Addie Simpson back a little bit there, instead of having Fensky, who was in for Charlie Collins.
4-4, all tied up. Corzon into serve. And then we're at Kernels. Wouldn't have mattered. Found the open spot either way. Yeah, it's such a difference when the Spartans get the ball up to the net on the serve receive. When they have the options across the front row, they can swing. Yeah, what a roll shot. Do you call that a roll shot when it comes out with that much steam?
I don't know. Either way, we're going to give her a kill. She's got 9 on the night.
9 kills for the 8th grader, leads both teams.
Yeah, that was a nice kind of out-of-systems play. They made a good dig in the back row. Penske popped it up into the perfect place for Tally to take a swing at it.
Beatty Bowman on the serve receive. Attack. Cross court. Winner.
Nice cut shot there for Spearfish. Spearfish has been doing a really good job of playing the angles of the court, whether that is a roll shot just over the net, cutting it inside down the 10-foot line. They've had a couple nice line shots.
What do you do on those cut shots? Is how you turn your hands?
Well, if you can read it from their body, you adjust your block accordingly. Otherwise, it's got to be the off blocker there. You know, if it's the outside on Spearfish side hitting it, then it's the outside on the Kernels that's got to dig in. Just kind of read the angle of the hand and the approach.
Not easy to do.
No, it's not. And it's definitely a developmental thing.
Ace. London Hayek. That will give the Kernels the first lead of set number 3, 7-6. That one's into the net. Give and take. And that one we gave. 7-7. Have to mention this too. Colonel Nation really showed up tonight.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest student section we've had all year.
I don't know, it looks like the biggest adult section, but maybe that's just because they've been pushed all into one area. Good job by Nia Tally. Not to hit the net, and then blocked! Addie Simpson! Her leaping ability straight up off of 2 feet, probably the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, she's got a great vertical, and we talked a little bit ago about reading the ball. Not only is that important on defense, but the blockers, if you can read the angle of the arm swing, that really helps you set yourself up into a good position.
Another service error, 2 in a row for the Kernels. That had been an issue all night. I can only remember maybe 1 or 2 before that through 2 sets. And now giving Spearfish 2 points off the serve. Good angle dig over to SoDak. And got a fall. 9-8. SoDak back to serve. That one's in. Bowman handles it. Gonna get it back, cross court, and out. London Hike tracked that one long. Let it go. 10-8. Kernels. 2-point advantage. And an ace. Nia Talley. You know, I didn't look who was serving. Look back and kind of, or it's SoDak, not Nia Talley. SoDak and Nia and Talley are some of our hardest. They play with the highest risk, highest rewards. Both their serves look kind of the same. Just right over the net. Well, then I jinxed them. That was the jinx right there. But both of them kind of play that high risk, high reward serve, and they've had some of the longest rallies because of that, or longest serve runs for us this season.
Yeah, and the other part of that is they're both great defensive players, and so once their serve goes over, they're in the back row trying to continue their streak.
Weedy off tape. Almost down. Great dig. Up. Back row attack. Blocked in the middle. Tip down. Spearfish is ready for it. Just didn't get it high enough. Addie Seamson.
Spearfish is starting to adjust to Seamson there a little bit. You know, Seamson had 5 kills early in the game, and now they're starting to read her left hand, her setter dump, moving their defense accordingly.
Overpass 1. Billington wins the overpass, 11-11. Spearfish coming back here, set number 3 to tie it up. Good tough serve. That one had some steam on it.
Yeah, that was a nice serve by Bowman. It's going to push Coach Thill into a timeout.
Timeout. Kernels now trailing by 1. 3-0 run by the Spartans. Charlie Collins back on the bench for the Kernels. I'll have to kind of monitor that, see if we get an update for you.
I'm guessing either way, the Kernels would like to get through this game, close it out in 3 sets, give her injury a little time to recover, and also to build some confidence for Fensky in a new rotation.
11-12, you're just joining us. Kernel took set number 1, 25-12. Set number 2, 25-15. And here, trail by 1, set number 3. Bowman back the service line. She's a senior, correct? Senior the season.
She is a senior.
308 kills. That is a lot of kills.
Yeah,
that's a career for a lot of players.
Yes, it is.
And she'll serve that one long. Great Kernels. Service error. Is she committed anywhere to play?
Not that I know of, but I do know her older sister went to the School of Mines and played volleyball. I'm not sure if she continued this year, but I know she had plans to go there.
That one can't be dug out of the net. Tough serve.
And there's another Bowman girl yet to come in junior high, I believe. Maybe 9th grade.
Seamson. Another tough serve. Swings. Almost got the dig. SoDak landed right behind her. Kernel player tried to dive in there. That's a good job by Keller, the juniors. Come in here, set number 3. He's got a couple of big kills, a couple of nice swings.
Another example, when the Spearfish team gets a good pass and serve receive, they've got lots of options across the front row.
Point Kernels. Off the air. Addison Keller. Have her listed as 5'8". She looks a little bit taller than 5'8". Hits the ball harder than 5'8".
That's the most important thing.
Corzon just off the tape. I thought that was going to be well short. Keller, another rip. Going to be off the fan blade and down. Well, the fan blade kept it from going probably 5 rows in the student section, but straight down, 14-14.
Yeah, SoDak did a nice job popping that ball up. She hit it with speed down the line there.
Keller now with the ace. Whoa, where was she first couple of sets?
Yeah, she's coming alive here, both in the front row with her hits and now in the back row with her serves. That was a nice drop ball right over the top of the net.
14-15. Another one. Another ace, 2 in a row. Those things are clearing the tape by millimeters. Do you adjust here? Do you bring the back row up a little bit or kind of stay where you're at?
Yeah, I would move them up a little bit. You got to step under the ball and scoop it up. There, that one didn't have the drop on it. That's one of the problems with the float serve. Sometimes you get them to float, then knuckleball action. Sometimes they forget.
The ball is falling.
Yes, definitely. Always is. But either way, Keller's got a heck of a serve. She did a nice job back behind the service line.
Gives them some momentum. Here's Weedy. Long swing. Cut shot. Cross court winner. Here the Kernels here really want to fight back to try to take this set number 3. You can kind of feel the Spartans getting a little bit of a momentum coming, crawling back to their side.
Yeah, this isn't the strongest rotation for the Kernels, so these are the kind of spots you just hope to get through. One and done.
And another ace. 18-15.
Spearfish has got aces on maybe the last 3 of 5 serves.
Charlie Collins now got an ice pack on the knee, so we're going to assume her night is done. Hope for the best for her. 15-18. Spearfish turning up the heat from the service line. What's depth still telling the Kernels right now in the huddle?
Get that serve receive up to your center so they can do something offensively. Like I said, the last couple, they weren't just bad passes off the net. They were aces. They were headed out into the blackout zone of the fans over there. So right now, Kernels got 3 passers back there that need to get the ball up. I think this is the spot where Collins would normally maybe drop back into some serve receive. So they are adjusting to some new positions. Going to check them out as they come back out here into serve receive. I'd like to see SoDak get a handle on the ball as a senior, the libero. She's got great ball handling skills. She's going to have to take maybe more than just her third of the net. Corzan's been playing back row all year. She's a student of the game. She can handle that, and we just know that Tally's a pure athlete, so she'll rise to the occasion.
15-18. Corzan, overpass. Overpass, though, goes to the Kernels. Tally. Free ball over. Hetland, perfect one up, gets it back. Gives that one over. Roll shot in the middle, miscommunication. 15-19, not much on that roll shot, just miscommunication.
It's a little bit of a tip game back and forth between both teams. I'd like to see somebody push it deep, make them scramble a little bit, give your team a chance to set up their defense, get your blockers settled in position.
That one's handled nicely. Temp Fensky. Good swing. Stuff. Tipped. Here's Tally. Touch shot winner. Needed that one. And the 8th grader, why don't you go to the 8th grader that's leading us, both teams in kills for the night.
Yeah, that was a nice contact by Tally. Cut shot back into the middle of the court. Just kind of putting the ball away, trying to swing some of that momentum back to the Kernel side of the net.
That one's going to have to be tracked down. They do. Can they get it over, run into each other? A little miscommunication. No, and Addie tried to go to the spot. The 2 players hit together. SoDak, good job taking charge on that one. Addie, Bauman with the up. Free ball, SoDak. Attempt coming, Tally, blocked and out of bounds. Point Kernels. I think Spearfish was thinking that was their point. They still might be thinking it's their point, maybe. No, okay, they got it.
I like to see SoDak in the back row there taking over that middle hole. I've seen Spearfish put it into the donut, the campfire, whatever you want to call it, a couple times, get a couple points. And over the last rally, SoDak just said, nope, I'm taking that away. That's my spot now.
Good read by Bowman. Be there. And then SoDak last minute plays it over. Bowman gets another swing. Out. Oh, I thought maybe that was tip. No tip.
I think it tipped the net.
Net. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw it miss.
Yeah. London Hayek was pretty confident that ball was out of bounds.
18-19. London Hayek with the ace. Oh, what a little luck for the Kernels. That's one of those where the tape even gets messed up. They're going to have to fix it. It was so close. Good thing we have a tall down official. They'll be able to.
Mackenzie Hetland's got it.
Is there Velcro between those? Is that how they hook her out?
Yes, and
Velcro?
they don't stick real well. As we were putting those nets up for Kernel Club, they are. There's a Velcro on the side, and then it just kind of hangs over a little bit, so it doesn't stick real well.
Here's Hayek. Go longer on this one. Push over. Hayek. Seamson. Tally. Up. Dug out by Spartans. And a block. House straight down. Hetland with the solo block. And that'll force a timeout. 20-19. Great job, London Hayek. Couple of big serves by her. Pushes the lead out to 20-19.
Yeah, if we got a minute, John, we can look at some scores.
Yeah, we got a minute. Go for it.
Yep. Sioux Falls, Washington is closing in on a victory. They're up 2-0 over Aberdeen Central, and they're at 22-15 right now, so they're counting down the points. Harrisburg is up 2-0 over Sturgis, 2 big sets. O'Gorman is 3 and done. It looks like Brookings went 11, 6, and 16, so O'Gorman shut Brookings down. Watertown and Huron are in a tighter battle. Watertown's won both sets, but both by 2 points, 25-23, 28-26. So that's a close set over there in Watertown. Brandon Valley is also looking to close out a 3-set win here. They've got 5 points to go over Rapid City Central. Sioux Falls Lincoln's up 1-0 over Yankton, and no score out west from Stevens and Jefferson. They're probably just finishing up with starting lineups.
20-19. See if London Hayek can keep the pressure on here. Back on the serve line, another good serve. That one was deep. Bowman roll shot. Tally covers it up. Seamson with the big swing. Off the Spearfish player. Kill. Seamson. Her ability, I want to know how many kills this year she has where she's just jumping up at 2 feet. You know, she never gets the setup. Maybe once in a while, but just her ability to get over the net. Hayek. Great serve. Solik. Tally. Down the line, dug out by Peterson. Bowman off hands. Down. Big swing there from the senior.
Yeah, nice placement.
Needed that one for Spearfish.
Yeah, the Kernel fans over there are about ready to erupt, I think, and that kind of silenced them at a time when Spearfish really needed a point and a little momentum back.
21-20. Perfect serve receive. All the options available. Tally straight down. Up. Little tip game and down. I would have liked to see that second tip come across to reset that one up. Kind of got an opportunity.
Sometimes when it's tipped back at you, you play that tip for tip game and it never wins. Seems like it never goes in our favor. And so to slow it down, to kind of get some height under the ball and set it back up would be a good option.
21-21. The eighth grader from the right side. Now she'll go back to the left and block down Hetland. Kenzie Hetland with a big block.
Yeah, she's definitely making herself known at the net. I've got her for 4 blocks, and I think they've all come in sets 2 and 3. And so
yeah, since Charlie's gone down, she's really stepped up her net play.
Yeah, she might not be getting the kills offensively, but what she's doing defensively really helps her whole team out.
Perfect push up in system. Bowman and blocked, but out of bounds.
That was close to another one.
Just off the hands and wide. And when you're talking close, you're probably talking half inch, right?
Yeah.
Half inch. You
Yeah.
missed that one by.
It's close.
Here's Miller, and that's Miller time down the line. Point Kernels. Audrey Miller. Haven't seen a lot of those where she's had a good setup, and that time smart play by Addie Seamson to push that one wide to her.
Yeah, she hasn't had a clear net for most of the night, but SoDak had the perfect pass. Simpson got her the ball, and she took advantage.
Tight, there's Bauman. Oh, great up, London Hayek. Good job up. Let's see what we do with this one. Addie's going to be off the net a little bit. Gets that one up. Spearfish needs this one. Bauman with the tip. Hayek covers it up. Going to go to Weedy. And that one's down. Campbell Weedy. What a play by the senior. 24-22. Match point number 1. Mitchell Kernels. Spearfish has a timeout. Choosing not to use it. 24-22. This one's to head to state. Kenna Solik. Going to be out of system. Be a free ball over. Hayek. Miller blocked down. It's up. Going to get another chance at it. On the back row attack. Tally. Bowman has to race after it. And then it'll be tipped out of bounds. The Kernels are headed to state. Mitchell Kernels are headed back to state. 25-22. The Kernels win it. Great heads-up play there. Is that London Hayek that tracked that one down?
I think that's all. And Solik had one that was blocked straight down.
Yep.
Somehow she scooped that right from under the net.
25-22. Match. Kernels. They take set number 3, 25-22. It's a 3-set sweep to head to state next week, Rapid City. Coach Still, in her 35th season's headed back to state.
That Kernels will go in the number 8 seed, but you know what? They're headed west, and I think that's really what counts.
Yep. Yep, we will see if they have award presentations there. Take it here. It's Cassidy Corzon. Jenna Solik.
Ashlyn Herring.
Ashley Herring. Maddie Hayek.
Macy Bessler.
Macy Bessler just skipped a little bit around.
Yep.
Charlie Collins. Nia Talley, the leader of the night for the kills. Audrey Miller. Campbell Weedy, probably her best game of the season.
Absolutely.
Kenzie Hetland. Madeline Dirksen. Great JV player all season long for the Kernels. And Addie Seamson, your captain, to do it all. Ivory Fensky. CeCe Morgan. Sloan Stabner. Groper.
Ayla Hilton.
Oh, that was Alea Hilton. Yeah.
Yep.
Diana Groper, the student trainer.
Yep.
Announcing the coaches. Kate Way. Christina Seamson, Katrina Talley. And in her 35th season, state qualifier, Deb Bill. Yeah, what a great night of volleyball. Girls showed up, crowd showed up, students showed up. Well, next week now, Leslie, we're going to have to do a Kernel Madness show. So get ready for that.
Yeah.
We'll have to get our Kernel Madness. It's been a long time. We've really only done basketball ones, so we'll have a chance to do a Kernel Madness show next week, state tournament preview show. We'll get you more details with that. But great win for the Kernels, 25-12, 25-15, 25-22. Kind of down in set 3 there, and you could feel that momentum switching directions a little bit, but just a great job by the Kernels to fight back. And really, like you said, really wanted to take that in 3 sets if you could.
Yeah, I liked how some of the seniors kind of took over there. Some of them that we maybe haven't said their name a whole lot this year. I think Campbell Weedy had her hands down her best game all season. She had 5 kills, 5 digs, an ace, and 2 blocks. Mackenzie Hetland came in big there at the end of the game with 4 big blocks to kind of change the pace. Anytime Spearfish got anything going, she kind of sent it back their way and put an end to it. And then I like how Kenna Solik came in at the end. Spearfish got a little momentum there, a couple dumps and tips to the middle of the court. And as your senior libero, she just took that away. She stepped up, took all that middle court away, and that really, really took away one of Spearfish's options.
A big win for the Kernels. They'll head to state next week. Starts Thursday out in Rapid. A and AA or A and B also out there as well.
Yes, all 3 courts in the monument. If you've never been out to a state volleyball tournament, it's really, really a nice thing. All 3 courts are going side by side, so when one court's in a timeout, you glance over, you check out the other scores. It's a tremendous way to just celebrate the game of volleyball. And the monument in Rapid City is the best venue for it. Sometimes we have it in the Denny here in Sioux Falls, and as much as I don't want to drive all the way across the state, I'm looking forward to checking out all 3 courts and just celebrating volleyball next weekend.
Your niece, Parkston, made it earlier this week, so you're 2 for 2.
Yes, I'm
cheering on.
Both of my teams made it.
Niece sitting behind us tonight, so you'll have some good viewing out there out in Rapid. I know my daughters are trying to convince us to go out, but we'll see what happens. But a few stats, go over there. Anything from the stat sheet that you want to mention here before we close it out?
Tally had a big night. She had 11 kills, 8 digs, 1 ace, but just rock solid everywhere. Very few mistakes from Tally tonight. Serve, receive all over the court. She did a nice job. I've already talked about Weedy. I think it was her best game all season, and what a way to go out. Last game on your home court. Solik had 15 digs and 2 aces, and I think half of them came in that final set once they got down. Hayek did a nice job defensively, 2 aces there. And then Ivory Fensky stepping up when Charlie Collins was injured, thrown into a position.
Right.
That's one tough thing about being a JV player, especially kind of a top JV player. When the time comes, it's crunch time, and you're getting thrown into a tough situation. And she handled that well, and hopefully Collins gets a week and a half here to recover before, or I guess only a week by the time they play. But, it's nice to know that there are some options should she not be able to compete.
Yeah, and Fensky, too. You're the top JV player. It doesn't really matter if you're the middle blocker, outside hitter, whoever goes down as the front row player, she's going to go in and fill whatever position that is. And she was ready, and I thought did a good job tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
So we will sign off. Leslie, it's been a fun season. We'll have to, last year in the old gym, it was so hard to set up, and this year we got the scorers table, we have the facilities, have the camera. Been some technical difficulties throughout the season. We learned a lot coming into it, but a great home season. I think only 2 losses for the Kernels at home. I want to say 10-2, but I could be wrong. I could be 9-2, but a great job defending the court. It's hard to believe our next coverage will be Kernel basketball here in less than a month already. So.
Yeah, it was a great season, and what a great way to celebrate a new court, promote your home team, go Kernels, and thanks for having me, John.
Yes, we appreciate having you along all season. So that will do it tonight. We're going to go celebrate as well. Kernels win 3-0 over the Spearfish Spartans. Thanks for joining us tonight and all season. Look forward to having you aboard for the basketball season. So, on behalf of Leslie Rylands, I'm John Mueller signing off. Thanks for watching Kernel Volleyball and Mitchell Telecom 90 Sports.
Why spend thousands replacing your old phone system? Isn't it about time to upgrade to Mitchell Telecom hosted phone? It's the new alternative to traditional phone systems. Step 1, call us. Step 2, we upgrade your handsets. Step 3, we say sayonara to your old phone equipment and install a state-of-the-art fiber phone box. Step 4, we manage your entire phone network remotely. All of this for a low monthly cost. Mitchell Telecom hosted phone. Faster, better, way easier.
Tailgating before the big game? Planning an unforgettable wedding or graduation? Or is it time for your annual office event? At Rentals for You, Mitchell's family-owned rental shop, will have you ready for any occasion. Our fill and chill tables keep the party cool, and our extensive stock of tables and chairs gives everyone a place to gather. Tablecloths, coolers, and enclosed trailer. You can quickly and easily rent them all on our convenient website, rentalsforusd.com. Contact Rentals for You for your next event.